give the call to the Chief Opposition Whip.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. Tomorrow it will be 1,000 days since the election of the Albanese Labor government. The Prime Minister promised a $275 cut on power bills and that life would be cheaper under Labor. Instead, working households are now paying up to $1,000 more for energy than promised. Their cost of living has increased by nearly 20% and they are suffering the longest recession on record. Why won't this Prime Minister apologise to Australians for his weak leadership, bad decisions and wrong priorities?
Order. Order. Members on my right. The Prime Minister has the call.
I thank the member for his question. Well, Mr Speaker, we're strengthening Medicare. They want to cut it. We're growing wages. They want people to work longer for less. We've cut taxes for every single taxpayer, including those in the electorate of Ford. The member for Ford voted against it.
Order.
Voted against it. We've made medicines cheaper. You've voted against it multiple times. We're building new energy now. You support a plan to build nuclear power stations in the 2040s, even though AGL have made it very clear that coal-fired power stations just can't keep going forever and there'll be energy shortages. We're backing a future made in Australia. You want to send jobs and industries offshore because your plan, the member for Ford's plan,
Order.
and this bloke,
Order.
This bloke's plan,
Prime Minister can direct his remarks through the chair.
yeah, this bloke's plan here, who he supports, they have a plan that envisages 40% less energy use, 40% less energy use than what the Australian energy market operator says will be necessary. That means less manufacturing, less jobs, less economic activity. We're cutting student debt by 20%. Those opposite say it's very, very bad. We're making free TAFE permanent. Those opposite say that free TAFE has no value for the 600,000 Australians who benefited from it. We've given early educators a 15% pay rise. They mock it and call it waste. We have rescued aged care from crisis. Those opposite presided over a system that was summed up in one word:
Member for
neglect.
Cowper is now
We're
warned.
delivering on the cost of living. They only care about their mate's cost of lunching. We are a government that is delivering for all Australians. We understand that cost of living pressures are real, which is why we have acted on cost of living. Those opposite have only acted on the cost of lunch for some of their people. We are a government for all Australians. We're working hard to deliver in every part of the country because only Labor does the big reforms. Only Labor. Universal Medicare, universal super, universal provision of the NDIS for those people who need it. Universal childcare opposed once again by those opposite just before question time. Only Labor drives the big reforms. Only Labor builds to last. Only Labor is building Australia's future.